Welcome to On Second Thought. I'm John Price, and I'm here with our pastor, Jay Hackett, where every week we take a deeper dive into life at Peachtree Corners Baptist Church. Whether we're talking about the latest sermon, upcoming events, or just whatever's on Jay's mind, this is your insider look at our church, our staff, and what makes PCBC your church on the corner. So join our conversation as we help you find community, purpose, and growth. Let's get into it. Hello, and welcome to On Second Thought. Thank you for joining us. We are into the fall. This morning, as we were all driving here, a lot of yellow monsters, big giants on the road. School buses are back.
Traffic
everywhere. Yeah. So
misery.
I'm normally just about 6 minutes from work, and it took me about 15, which is not terrible. I know, Todd, you had a much longer commute. And you're even closer.
I'm even closer, but
getting out on the street.
Yeah, getting out on the street. It always is. It adds time to the drive, and you just get frustrated.
You could just about walk here quicker.
Let's not be silly, John. Everybody in this church knows if they see me walking, stop and pick me up.
Yeah.
I'm not exercising. So
if we see you walking, it won't be for long.
No.
We are about to get into and already feeling it, a different pace.
Yeah. A
different rhythm again, getting back into the fall, the busyness, all that comes with it. Our classes start up not this Wednesday, the following Wednesday. This Wednesday is the worship, the night of worship, night of praise. Jacob's out of town this week on vacation, and Sarah is going to be leading it. So we're excited about that. Yeah,
it's going to be awesome.
A great night, and of course, this drops on Thursdays, so the moment has passed.
If you missed it, we're sorry.
Yeah, but if you went, it's still lingering, I'm sure.
Yes.
The time that we have to worship together is it's a special night, and it's a great way that we started maybe 2 years ago.
I think it was about 2 years ago.
Making it a part of our just kind of our ritual for a new semester is let's start with prayer and worship, and kind of a way to kick off the semester, as well as at the end of that time, sharing about the different groups that are available for adults on Wednesday nights. And we've got some really good ones.
We've got some great things that are coming. For us, it's more that feel of unity.
Yeah.
Hey, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
And, we may be in different generations, we may be different stages, but there's opportunities that we have to worship together, to come together. And, it's just been a neat thing for us, I think, as a church. And then it's been great because these are different groups than our Sunday morning groups. And so, being a church built off community, it's great to get to know people from other walks and, find out, oh, wow, I didn't know you did that or used to do that or, kind of whatever. And just provides more opportunity for growth. And,
it's a different thing. I mean, there are life groups that do some topical studies from time to time, but typically it is a Bible book study, or at least the Bible is central in it. And not that Wednesday night stuff isn't, but we kind of call those special interest groups. Correct. Because it deals with either a season of life or a topic that will equip specifically. So like your class that you teach on evangelism. Express your faith, the one that Josh Deaton and I are going to be doing on rare leadership. Mm-hmm. So, but we also have, those times of sometimes tragedy or pain or challenge, like kind of our usual suspects are recurring, like divorce care and grief share and financial peace university, where people can, I'm at a very teachable moment, a very a moment of where I need help. Yeah. And so we keep those classes going because of the people that it serves and helps. And, grief share and divorce care and financial peace, we find a lot of people coming from outside of our church.
Yeah.
Because these are at least national programs.
Correct.
And, maybe they're not offered at their church, or maybe they don't attend a church, but they've heard, hey, maybe they listened to Dave Ramsey's show and they're like, I need to get a handle on my finances. Yeah. So we're happy to offer those things.
Yeah, and it's been kind of neat because we have been reaching people outside the church through those ministries.
Right.
And then one of the things that I try to do on Wednesday nights is, prior to my class starting, is I get around to see some other classes and to meet some people.
Yeah.
And, we just baptized Tom Baker not too long ago, and Tom was a gentleman that was in divorce care, and met him there, and he and I clicked, and all of a sudden he started coming on Sundays, and he was like, man, this is my church, this is my place. So it's just neat.
And now he's in the Craftsman team.
Now he's on the Craftsman team, yes, which I still am amazed by every time I think about it. But how God's just continuing to use him in some amazing ways. And, you never know the impact that you're going to have as a church. And so, I'm just excited to offer some of these ministries, see some of these things happening. I tell Robert and Brenda Campbell, who lead our divorce care, man, I pray every day for your ministry to go away. Not because I don't love Robert and Brenda, it's because I hate seeing the pain of divorce.
Yeah.
And John and Christy going, hey, I wish Grief Share didn't exist.
Yep.
But as long as Jesus tarries, then we're gonna continue to see pain and heartache and, these different things. And we want to be able to walk through life with people, just in the midst of that. And so I'm thankful for those that serve in those ministries, who have a heart and a passion for those ministries, and who just come alongside people in some of their most difficult times and walk through life with them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I hope that you, if you have not yet, that you will register for one of these Wednesday night groups. It is one more way that we build community.
It is.
But also help develop people in their spiritual walk, whether it is continuing the study on, spiritual gifts. Sarah Deaton is doing a women's study on that. Or April is leading the one on the bait of Satan, of dealing with the trap of offense. What Scott is doing and leading about the historical and the contextual things through the Scripture for the Greece trip, the missionary journeys of Paul. And so a lot of great stuff. And so you can go to the church website or the church app and sign up under registrations, and there's plenty of opportunities. And we're looking at some new things to add to our Wednesday night roster as well. Just kind of rolling that out later, looking at, possibly involving the kitchen team and that sort of thing. But and the Craftsman will continue through the semester. I'm excited. Charlie's going to be taking that over for me, and that's a great group I'm going to miss while I'm leading this. But that's going to be good. But this Sunday, you started a new series called Rooted. And this was kind of the introductory, to the series, talking about the four soils. And you talked about it in the context of four hearts and how that kind of works with and dovetails into our mission statement, which is, come, connect, commit, and change. Correct. So do you want to expound on that? Thank you.
It's 2 years in.
1, 2, 3.
3, 4.
So do you want to expound on anything?
Yeah. So the Rooted series is really about what we're doing as a church to create the environment, right, for growth. We said we spent 9 months, felt like 9 months, 9 weeks going through cultivating that character of fruit in our life.
Yeah.
But the only way those things happen is if we're in the right soil, if we're in the right environment, and we're using what God has given us around us to see that growth. And so to kick this off, we looked at Matthew 13 and a little bit of just, what are we doing? You get out what you put in. And so for us to come to worship, to come to church, whether it's on a Sunday or a Wednesday, the question is, how are we pulling up? Are we coming up with a heart that's ready to hear and listen to the Word of God, or are we so, cluttered? We talked about a crowded heart. Sometimes, especially now, you just mentioned we're in this new season, right? So trying to find that rhythm. So there's going to be a few Wednesday nights. There's going to be a few Sunday mornings that, if we're honest, our heart's probably not going to be plowed, prayed, prepared, ready to go on a Sunday morning because we're coming in on two wheels and, little Johnny's not wearing shoes and this is happening. And it's just one of those things where we got to kind of come in and go, I just need a breather. It has been go, 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 go. And I need 5 minutes to get a breather, get a cup of coffee, kind of shake off the day so far and say, Lord, I need you now more than ever. And so, but it's just, we don't think about preparing so much. We think about, oh, well, that was a great service or this was whatever. But there's so much that if we want to grow, then I've got to walk into the room and think, I'm about to meet with the King. And so what's my heart like? And, one of the things we really talked about was, so many times we look at the parable of sower and we think that's all about evangelism, and it's what soil the people that we're talking to have. And that's true. There is that level, that element of it. But what's also true is any of those can be our heart as a follower of Christ at any time. We can get so calloused to things because we've been there, we've done that. We get cynical, ministry. It's so easy to get cynical and think, oh gosh, people are always this way or churches are always this way. And it's easy for, others that are coming in. You've mentioned the last couple of times we've been together about church hurt, and even the offense, that April is going to be helping lead and doing some different things with that of just kind of going, we've been hurt, we've been offended. So we're walking in already guarded. I'm looking for a reason not to enjoy this morning. I'm looking for a reason to find fault. And that's where that calloused heart comes in. And it doesn't matter. I mean, it's like rain on concrete, right? I mean, it just bounces right off. And then we walk out and we're critical of everything that happened in the service. There's no joy. There's no excitement. You've got the convenient heart, which is like, man, as long as I like what I'm hearing, I'm in.
Right.
Man,
right.
Oh yeah. And it sprouts up, but then when pressures, the sun, the things that begin to come, we immediately wither and walk away because I didn't like that. I wanted this to be an easy solution to everything. And there's times in our lives where, we have a convenient faith. We do it if it works for our schedule, or we do it if it, sounds like something fun that we really want to do. But if something's going to challenge us or something's going to cause us to have to adjust, we go, yeah, I'm not in that season right now. And so it's not convenient for me right now. And then, the crowded heart, we're in a season where, sports and different things will happen for our kids. And what happens is church gets put on the back burner.
Right.
Instead of it being a priority where we look at our children and go, hey, you know what? Football's great and cheerleading is great and swim team is great, but God is a priority in our family. And so we're going to be here, and again, don't hear me say that, every Wednesday you need to go sit at your coach and say, my kid needs to be in this. I'd love that to happen. That's not reality. But what is reality is you got to put a foot down and go, hey, on Sundays, we're in worship. That's all there is to it. And we're going to be in small group. We're going to go deeper because I know we can't make Wednesday nights right now in the fall. And so this is going to be a priority in our life. And so I guarantee you, as soon as you set that priority, the enemy's going to do everything they can to make your weekend blow up to where you wake up and go, man, we just really need a day. Right. Sunday's the only day we have as a family to relax. Sunday's the only day. And so what happens is that crowded heart, everything else gets pushed out of the way. And so it's the thorns of life, right? They come up and they begin to choke out and you're like, it's hard. And so we thought about how you have that cultivated heart, and it's setting the priority, coming prepared, not just walking in going, hey, Sunday's a day that we get filled. Right. Yes, we, a lot of times we pour ourselves out all day, every day, Monday through Saturday. And so Sunday we need that filling, but how ready are we for what God has in store? And so just some good thoughts to continue to reflect on this week. It's hard to admit my heart got calloused or that I'm more of a convenient faith or, but I'm allowing these other things to crowd out what's really important to me. And is it really important? Maybe that's a a plan you've got to get to say, I say this is important to me.
Right.
But what is important, I make time for.
Right. Yeah. What is important is shown in how we use our time, how we use our money, how we use our resources. And that's how we show what we really value.
Absolutely.
But, that idea of preparation, to prepare to come to worship, to prepare for just your week, that, I remember I was at a leadership conference, and one of the main speakers had included his cell phone number in his book and had encouraged us, hey, listen, you're a part of this group. I take calls. And this guy is incredibly busy. He's written like 27 books. He, just insanely busy. Is blind. Was when he lost his vision during college, they said, well, your job is you can put erasers on the end of pencils. He's like, I think I can do more.
I can do more than that.
And so, I'd bought one of his books, and I said, I'm going to call him, but I'm not going to call him until I've read his book.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be like, what was the old SNL, the guy who interviewed and was like, remember that time you said that was cool. I didn't want to be that guy on the phone. So I read the book. I came up with several questions and comments and stuff about the book, and then I called him. And he was his assistant answered right away. He was actually consulting for the TV show The Chosen.
Nice.
And I was like, but he called me back in 45 minutes and gave me 45 minutes of his time, but I was prepared for the conversation. I got so much out of it because of that. And I think that's that axiom of you get out of it what you put into it is if we come hurried, if we live a life with no margin, if we, it doesn't matter what our expressed intention is.
Correct.
We don't have room. We don't have wiggle room for God to move in us and through us. And so I'm excited as we go into the series. There were times when the disciples said to Jesus, what you're saying is a hard thing.
Yeah.
There will be some hard things for us to hear.
Yes.
And again, it's an opportunity not to take offense. It's an opportunity to take stock and to say, is this something I actually need to look at in my own life and see, as much as I don't want to hear this or like to hear it, it's actually maybe something I need to change.
Yeah.
So that would be our challenge and encouragement to you, just as it is to me. I got to do that as well.
I do too. Absolutely.
That's why Jesus said, he who has ears, let him hear.
Yeah.
He who has hearers, two hearers.
Let him hear.
But so I'm excited about that. You talked to our staff last week about preparing.
Yep.
In the context of how do we prepare for rapid growth? Because as we have seen before the summer, through the summer, and approaching the fall, we have more and more people coming than the previous year. We have a lot of people inviting their friends, a lot of new families. We have a lot of increased, not just attendance, but giving, which is one of the indicators for people's excitement and involvement in the church. So your charge to the staff was, look, we don't want to get caught flat-footed as we hit the fall and people start coming back from vacation. What do we do to prepare to develop people and programs and what have you for the growth that we anticipate? And so I extended that challenge to my life group leaders yesterday at our life group leader training lunch. Had a good time with them. We started by sharing stories where I just said, think about something where you saw God move in your life group this last year, and then go and share it with somebody at a different table. And then I had people share what somebody else shared with them.
Yeah.
And it was great hearing the different things of, well, we've got more teachers or more members, or we had some deaths or sickness in our group, and the group rallied together, and they were community, as we call them life groups for a reason. But we really talked about what does it look like to prepare before it happens you don't prepare for battle in the middle of the war. You prepare, beforehand. So that's what we did. That was a great time together. Just involving all of our leadership in anticipation and preparation.
And it's just better not to have to react to different things, be proactive and not just reactive. And, I think across the board, that's really where our heart is right now is, okay, well, how are we, the challenge was, how do you almost work yourself out of a job? And that's always the big fear, but it's our call as ministers and as staff members here is to equip the saints. Right. And so I've got to, begin to discover who's out there. Right. And I got to see, hey, I think they've got some potential to step into something, develop them even further, to begin to walk with them, grow with them, and then deploy them to go take off and go, hey, you know what? We our goal is not to have 500 people in a life group. Our goal is to say, hey, how can I identify 3 new teachers that can take 25 of these people and go? Let's start something new. Let's start something fresh and, keep seeing that growth continue to happen because, I really do think our community is longing to be known and they're longing to belong and to be connected. And once they're experiencing that, they're like, man, this is really good. Yeah. I don't have to do life alone. That's been our saying forever. You weren't meant to do this alone. And so, when people understand that and get that and start going, man, I've got people around me that really do want to see me grow, that want to see me succeed, that want to help me in getting through life and doing it with Christ at the center of it. And it's just encouraging. And so I love that.
We talked yesterday about the idea of belonging, and belonging involves three different ingredients is shared identity. Mm-hmm. This is who we are. Shared purpose. This is what we do. And shared experiences. And those experiences being fellowship, ministering together. And because you're right, everybody wants to belong, but how do you do that? And so creating this group identity is we are a people who. Mm-hmm. That's something that has to be done at the church level, but also at the life group level. Yeah. That has to be repeated over and over. And, I was a part of a church at the end of the service. We would always join hands and say, when one part suffers, we all suffer. When one part rejoices, we all rejoice. And it was just a reminder, a weekly reminder that, this is who we are. We are community. We care for each other. We celebrate in the good things. We lift each other up in the bad, and we're along with each other. And so, the shared identity, shared purpose, and shared experiences make up a sense of belonging. And, we strive for excellence on the stage, on the worship experience. And, those things will get people in the door. But what keeps people is community. Yeah,
100%.
Because there's always new experiences. Mm-hmm. And, you can't outdo production of the church down the road, or you can't outdo, but fortunately that's not what we're depending on.
No.
So God's Spirit and truth and the idea of community. So
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So Promotion Sunday, this Sunday.
Yeah.
And then the next Wednesday, those classes start. Just a lot happening, a lot going on. And we're excited about the fall. We hope that you are too. We hope that you are planning to create space to make your growth a priority, your involvement in ministry a priority. And we thank you for being a part of this. You have anything else to say before we sign off? Okay.
You said it well.
All right. Well, hope that you have a great rest of your day. And thank you for being a part of PCBC, and God bless. Hi, I'm John Price, Discipleship Pastor, and I would like to invite you to a class that Josh Deaton and I are going to be leading called Rare Leadership. And RARE stands for Remain Relational, Act Like Yourself, Return to Joy, and Endure Hardship Well. We're taking these 4 pillars and talking about a unique leadership style that is all about relationship, that is fueled by joy. And I think you're going to get a lot out of our class, our time together as a group of men discussing what leadership looks like in the context of family, in the context of work and church. I hope that you'll join us on Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 7:30.
The Apostle Paul, a complex man, a man who went through a tremendous experience that can teach all of us, even to this day, directly from God himself. Hi, welcome to the Journeys of the Apostle Paul, a class that we're offering this fall of 2025. I'm Scott Preisler, and I'll be your guide for this course. We're going to have a wonderful text we're using, wonderfully illustrated text on Paul, in the footsteps of Paul, about all his journeys and where he went and all the people he took with him and went to go see. We've got a preview sheet that'll give you a little bit of an outline of what we're going to do each week. And you may pick this up at the information desk. And we'll have a 28-minute video every course of a You Are There course experientially at the places and the sites that Paul traveled right there in his journeys. So come along with us in anticipation of our tour in April and learn more about the journeys and the travels of Paul.
Hey guys, I'm Jay, and I'm leading the class this year called Express Your Faith. And you know what? Number one thing that people talk about all the time is I would love to be able to talk about my faith, but I really don't know how to do it. And so over the next 8 weeks, that's what we're going to look at. We're going to give you a couple of tools in the tool belt to be able to feel more confident in some of the conversations that you're going to have, and teach you to be able to have good conversations that lead into spiritual conversations, and hopefully have the opportunity to lead somebody to Christ. So if that's what you're looking for, then join me on Wednesday nights.
Hi, I'm April Price, and I'm going to be leading a course this fall called The Bait of Satan. And when I hear that title and think about what the course is about, it makes me think of this old meme where there's this guy holding up this teeny tiny little piece of paper and he's squinting, and it says the list of people I trust. And it makes me laugh, but it's really so true. I mean, we all have in common going through life and experiencing pain from other people. And that's what this course is about, is how do we move through that in a way that honors God and continues to keep us in relationship with people. John Bevere is going to be leading the course. He's the author of the book, and we'll do a 15 to 25-minute video depending on the week, and then we'll have discussion. So I really hope you'll join us. One thing, this course does not start until after Labor Day, so it's going to start a little bit later. And you can always just jump in at whatever level you have time for. So I hope you'll join me on the Wednesday right after Labor Day. Thanks.
Hi, I'm John Price, Discipleship Pastor, and I would like to invite you to the Craftsman team. We're meeting on Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 7:30. And whether you are a seasoned craftsman, if you've been doing woodworking, electrical, plumbing, whatever for years and years, or you have zero experience, this is a great team for you to go on to learn things, to fellowship with other guys, and to do ministry around the church, and preparing to do ministry for folks in our congregation and potentially around the world to respond to needs and disasters. So this is going to be a great class, and I hope that you'll join us. Charlie Saylor is going to be the leader. We have a great group of guys, so hope to see you there.
Hey ladies, I am Sarah Deaton, and I cannot wait to dive into the fruit of the Spirit even further with you. Our whole church has been going through this series, but in this Bible study, we're going to take 10 weeks together and look at it exegetically. So verse by verse, word for word, we're going to take it apart and see how the fruit of the Spirit abiding in us really transforms our character and our behavior in all the roles we wear as women. So I can't wait to see you on Wednesday nights. Kids Praise is happening, so you can drop your kids off and come and join me upstairs for Fruit of the Spirit.
Well, that's it for this episode of On Second Thought. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed the conversation, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend. If you have a question or thought, drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to find out more about your church on the corner, check us out at pcbchurch.org. We'll be back next week with more. So until then, have a great week and God bless.